Welcome back. Let's get this shit set up and I'll get back on the camera. I hope you lot appreciate these vlogs because pushing that fucker around is hard work. Second trip. Everyone look, big old Dave's on the channel again.
Hello everybody.
Doing what he usually does.
Drinking, not eating, eating's cheating.
Happy days. What was that? The legend is back.
Yeah.
Right, finally in the swim. So what I've decided to do, guys, is go down the far end because all them that are up there, social, haven't seen each other for a long time, bit of commotion. So I've come up to the quieter end of the lake, and it's the clearer end as well. So this is my swim. So I've got all that water, basically. Unless one of them lot decide to move, I've got quite a lot of water in front of me. Now my dad's got to swim behind that island. So look, here he is with his top off again. So my old man's over there, so he's got all this swim. So we've got the island covered. But yeah, I'm going to try and get one of these bad boy carps out.
Yeah.
So guys, finally set up. It took me ages to find a spot. In the end I couldn't find one. It's just weed everywhere. So what I decided to do was rake a spot. Now I've got a big pile of weed in my swim. I didn't fully clear it, but enough to get a rig on it comfortably. So I've gone with a helicopter style setup just in case there is any more of that Canadian weed out there. And on the other rod I've just got a solid bag. I sort of plonked that. There's like an out of bounds area, so I've plonked that next to that. The line lay isn't great, so we'll see if the rods go off. But tomorrow I'm absolutely knackered, so tomorrow we'll reevaluate and see what's going on. But yeah, it's good. I'm gonna leave them lot to do their partying. I've snuck myself up the other end of the lake to try and nab a fish because that's what we're here for. So yeah, I'm gonna get in bed in a minute and hopefully be woken up by a banger. Good morning, guys. Nothing. Well, I had a couple of beeps, but it's just too much weed in this lake, I think. I mean, I spent about an hour yesterday leading around with this swim, and there's not one single spot. Or if there is, I couldn't find it. The others haven't found any spots. We've all resorted to just raking, try and create our own spot. So yeah, there is a fish milling about just underneath this willow tree. So the other side of this willow, so you got my swim, and then you've got like where my bibby sat out, and then you've got like a few bramble bushes and stinging nettles, and behind that is the overhang of the willow tree over the water, and there is a carp milling about in there. I've seen him top twice in there now. I don't want to place a rig under that tree and spook him off, because my spot isn't too far beyond that tree line. So I'm hoping he moves onto the spot and nabs me bait. But yeah, it's going to be hard going, but my boxing's on tonight, so I'll be watching that, so at least I'll be entertained. But there's not going to be much footage for you guys. But saying that, I don't know whether to pack up today and go onto Brook Lake. But that defeats the whole point of coming to fish this lake, because even though it is really weedy, I've always wanted to do a social on this lake. It's not going to be much of a social. Sort of, I've kept myself away from everyone. I want to try and catch a fish. I'm going to pop down there a bit later and see the guys. Yeah, this is going to be hard going. So yeah, so on my right hand rod, I've stuck with a solid bag. I moved that this morning. On the left hand rod is still the helicopter setup with the chod rig. So I've changed the pop up. I've gone for a bit of a brighter. I've gone for a bright white. Maybe that might entice them a little bit more. Might be able to see it a bit easier in amongst the weed. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go for a little walk down the other end, because as you come in the gate, the first lot of swims are free. Then you've got them lot, and then you've got me up the other end. So I might go beyond them and see if I can find any spots that I've side. Because I remember Ben from Park Baits, he done a video over here with a few of his mates, and he was fishing a swim down the far end, and there was a spot, like a gravel area. It's not big, but it's just in front of the first swim on this side. So I might go down there and see if that's still there. If that's still there, then I might either set up down there or move on to Brook Lake, or might just go back to the res and fish the res for tonight. But I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna let you go, because it's probably gonna be boring seeing my ugly mug on the camera. But yeah, if anything happens or anything changes, or I see a fish or anything like that, I'll be sure to get back on the camera and let you guys know. Right, so there is definitely a couple of fish milling around not far from my spot. So I'm hoping that rod goes off. But we shall see. The other lot are dead to the world. The old man's alarms are low on power, like battery is low. And it's been going beep all bloody morning, and he's been dead to the world, so God knows what would happen if he had a run. But yeah, I've just been standing in a swim next to the mile one, just watching the water, seeing if I can see any signs of fish. And as I walk back into my swim, I just see two shows near the surface. So I'm hoping that pop-up sitting on top of that weed is going to do the business. There's definitely a carp milling around here. My spot is just over here. Look. Come on. Ooh, just keep getting a load of liners. Come on. Anyway, I have found the tree next to me. There's a tree just up here, and yeah, and the other side of that, there's a nice gravel patch. So I put a bit of bait on it, and I'm going to go and check it in a few hours to see if it's been touched. And if it has, then there's a rig going to go on that tonight. But yeah, apart from that, nothing's really been happening. Just been chilling, listening to some tunes, looking at the undercard for the boxing tonight. And yes, very much looking forward to going to Portugal. Don't know if I've told you, probably 1,000 times. But yeah, I'm looking forward to going there. I'm going to see if I can get a little travel rod out there and see if I can do a bit of fishing. But Sarah won't like it, but she can do some sunbathing. Right, so if anything happens, I'll give you an update and I'll speak to you soon. Right guys, so what I've done is I've left one rod on the spot. As you can see, there's still all that duckweed on top of the water, so it's making it very hard to get the rigs down. I am putting the little PVA nuggets on, but that's on a helicopter setup, that one. And then I've moved into this swim as well. But I'm not going to go around there, but literally just the other side there is a solid patch. So I put a bit of bait on it and I've stuck a solid bag on there. And then what I've done is I've sunk the line, and I've even put a load of the fucking duckweed over the top of my rod to try and disguise the rod tip. Times are hard, eh? I mean, seriously guys, how the hell are you going to find a spot here? Look at that. All this has come off of one little spot. Right guys, it's coming into the evening now, so I'm going to shut the door. Don't think anything's going to happen. So I guess I'll see you guys in the morning. I'm going to enjoy the boxing, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, people. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm going to pack up. No one's going to catch. This is just complete and utter bollocks, mate. This place should not... And I'm not moaning. I'm not saying this because I haven't caught or anything. It's unfishable. There's just too much fucking weed here. Like, it's an absolute joke. You should not be allowing people to hire this place out. I mean, don't get me wrong, they do say in their email they have an issue with weed. You're more than welcome to fish the other lake if you don't, if you don't feel comfortable fishing on this lake. They do let you fish the other lake free of charge, obviously, blah, blah, blah. But if anyone's been to Newlands, they know that the Brook Lake gets ramoed on the weekend. It's Bivvy Central. Every fucking swim, and the swims are so close together. Don't get me wrong, it is what it is. They do state in the email that they've got problems with, but there's problems with weed, and then there's this. Do you know what I mean? This is a fucking joke. Yeah, like I said, there's problems with weed, and then there's this. But it sounds a bit like I'm being a bit of a whining brat because I haven't caught. I'm not. You know me. There's a reason why my channel's called The Blanking Carpers, because I don't mind blanking. I don't mind going to sit on a lake and not catching a fish. But when you've got no fucking chance of catching the fish because there's too much, because it's I'm not going to say incompetency. It's just laziness from the owners that they can't bother to fucking clear some weed. At least clear a little bit in each swim, so each swim's got spots. There's not one spot in this swim. There's not one spot in my swim. Saying that there's a tiny little gravel patch. But I mean, don't get me wrong, people have caught for me before, but I can tell you now the weed's got a lot worse now. Either that or I'm just a shit angler. No, but on a serious note, look, we've done it. It was worth a go. Didn't get one out, but it is what it is. They are. I mean, don't get me wrong, we see fish. So I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, there's no fish in this lake. We see fish. There's fish milling around in my swim. There was a carp, two carp that jumped out by Dave's. A couple of the carp was taking some mixers off the top down the other end. So they are in here, not many, but they are in here. But it's just, I don't know, you can't even look for a spot because you've got all the duckweed on the top. You can't see where there's holes within the weed. So straight away you're fucked. You can't see where you can't fish for a spot. So I decided to create my own spot, and the amount of weed that was coming out, and it's silty and it stings, and it's just, I don't know. I think next time I think I'll probably not be so much of a tight ass. And I mean, don't look, it's only 350 quid for the weekend. So between the 6 of us, it only cost us 58 quid each. So it's not bad. But there's a reason why it's like that price, and this is it. At least clear a little bit of weed in each swim to do these spots, and clear the duckweed off the top. But do something about it. You'll be able to charge fucking £700-800 a weekend for this. But nah. Anyway, that's my rant over. I'm going to get packed up because I'm pissed off, and I might go and spend the day back on the res. So we'll see. Although I've got a lot of packing to do, and I think Sarah's going to get right pissed off because I've been fishing for 7 nights already. Hey ho. Anyway, I'll speak to you guys in a bit. Alright guys, well, session is done. Well, I say session, camping is done. Yeah, everything's been put away. Just got the rods and the bivvy to put in the car. And the best thing about this session was the fact that I've just found a gardener weed rake. So saves me 30 bloody quid, but I won't be coming back here. I'll probably come back and do Brook Lake. But yeah, I won't be fishing oysters until they sort out this bloody weed problem. But yeah, anyway guys, I'll speak to you on the next one.